by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Hawkins will try to heave with 1.7. Picked up. Bradley got it off and gets it. Drops it. And that smile says it all.
I feel like everyone needs to do more as far as taking care of responsibilities, whether that's on the court, off the court. I feel like it's as little as the way we warm up, how serious we take a warm up. When we finish our pregame warm up, when we go back into the locker room, if you're walking or running,
all in the same range of all the great venues and all the tradition there. So as a basketball guy, you just love the opportunity to go compete in a place that has so much history in the game. So and again, it's a Big 12 game.
We do have those letdowns. I think it's the youth on this team. It's Dre and Brent's they've got to be a little bit better leaders, in those situations. I probably got to be a better coach. And
I think they're probably as equipped as anybody because they have a good defense. They'll be acclimated to weather. That's not going to affect them one way or another. They're going to practice outside. They're going to be ready for whatever Buffalo has to bring. So, I think as much as anybody, they're equipped for doing that. I do think the Bills are riding really high right now.
No one's going to give him a starting job off what they saw. But I'll still say this, going back to what I saw from him at training camp, there's a higher ceiling with him at quarterback than there has been with any Chiefs backup quarterback.
We want the creativity. We want the explosive plays. That's probably the biggest difference in our offense this year is the explosive plays, which is a big reason why he's here.
I think it's their maturity, and they just all have a great feel for the game of football. They're so confident in what they do. They don't do too much, but the things that they do, they've gotten so confident in.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. The talk of the town. First Hump Day edition Sports Day show that we've had in nearly a month. Glad you can be part of it. Steve Webster with you today. Mike Corson along. Executive producer Landon Winkler. We throw that tag on him because when things go wrong, he's the obvious choice to pin it on. And we appreciate Landon Winkler, our executive producer.
Is this microphone on, Landon? He's double checking some things.
Well, he needs to have a long thing over there to hit all the buttons he's got to put down. I'm the board operator, okay?
On the radio.
On the radio side. The television side is Landon Winkler.
Yeah.
Hey, great you can be on the show today. We've got a good one lined up for you. We're going to talk Lady Panther basketball with head coach Jade Winter. Previewing Friday's home game with the Buffaloes of Garden City. Is it Buffalo or Buffaloes?
Buffalo.
Buffalo at the Field House. She's going to be joined by senior Cassie Elligood and sophomore Meredith Mazook here in the Mayo Money Management Studio. Great Bend football coach Aaron Beck's going to be in, and he will have with him the latest Shrine Bowl player from the Panther football program, senior Owen Kaiser. Owen selected last week to play in this summer's Kansas Shrine Bowl game. And we'll reconnect with the voice of the Tigers. Not the Fort Hays Tech Northwest Tigers that are in tonight to take on the Barton Cougars, but the Fort Hays State Tigers and the voice of the Tigers, Gerard Welbrock. Our Wednesday sports headlines, and we'll begin with our sounds the past 24 hours or so. The call last night on ESPN Plus, a play that, as they said, it's summed it all up. Courtney Hawkins trying to get the ball up court in the final seconds of the first half. Only problem was he threw it right to Khalil Brantley, who then knocked down a 15-footer at the halftime buzzer. That put Oklahoma State ahead 43-24 at halftime. Cowboys go on to beat the Wildcats 79-66 at Gallagher-Iba Arena. That was part of a 20-2 run that K-State never able to overcome as they fall to 1-2 in the Big 12. You heard transfer Coleman Hawkins. He had 18 for K-State, so they need to just get more focused. Whether that means running or walking in to the locker room during pregame or after pregame warm-ups, things like that. It's the little things, I think, was what he was trying to say. K-State back at home Saturday. They'll take on Houston.
When you said Courtney, I got excited about K-State basketball because I thought you were talking about the women.
Did I say Courtney Hawkins?
Did you not? Okay.
I thought I said Coleman. I don't know where Courtney. Who's Courtney Hawkins? Okay. I thought I said Coleman.
But this is one of the years that's, I really want to be interested in the K-State men. They've had nice runs, but it's the women this year up there. They're making all the headlines, the good headlines.
They are? Oh,
They're
yeah.
top 10, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 12 top 10.
I think they've cracked it?
They're 12.
Okay.
Okay, but I think they were there earlier.
I guess it's peripheral. I see them over here.
But I don't know who you're talking about, Courtney Hawkins, but anyway.
It's on your second.
Oh, okay. So let me say that over. Coleman Hawkins. All right, other games in the Big 12 last night. Iowa State rolls over Utah 82-59. Arizona beat West Virginia 75-56. Baylor over Cincinnati 68-48. And it was Texas Tech beating BYU 72-67. KU plays Arizona State tonight at Allen Fieldhouse. Both teams are 10-3 overall. Both teams are 1-1 in the Big 12. And they are coached by former Duke Blue Devil Bobby Hurley, who I don't think Cole Reif ever thought that he would have to break down the top 10 dirtiest players in Duke Blue Devil history, but he was able to fill the roster of them yesterday. Bobby Hurley had some fond memories.
Would we rather
Played
see
at Allen Fieldhouse.
Would we rather see Bobby Hurley or Wojo? Which is worse? Slap the floor!
Grayson Allen was right up there, probably the number one guy. Or Christian Laettner. I think it's between Grayson Allen and Christian Laettner.
Yeah, Laettner had his own documentary how filthy he was. But he thought it was
If you're going to
funny.
stomp on the chest, do you make sure that you do it right at that point where you do CPR, or you try to keep it in the middle of the rib cage?
Hope you don't end up in the penitentiary.
8 o'clock tip tonight at Allen Fieldhouse. We'll have it for you starting at 7:30 on Hits 106.9. Tennessee ranked number 1. They were off to 14-0, first time since like the 20s or the 30s. I don't know if they were educating folks in the South that early, but they went down last night to 8th-ranked Florida, 73-43. Wow, Tennessee'd been dominant. SEC, yeah, they're head and shoulders the best college basketball conference.
But I like that the coach walks into the locker room, the former Texas coach, and says, "This is good for us." I've got to think most guys kicking in the door, and maybe he did, but the story said he said, "This is good for us, at least in the long run."
Georgia beat 6th-ranked Kentucky last night, 82-69. And in a battle between ranked conference teams, I still can't get used to this, 24th-ranked Michigan beat 22nd-ranked UCLA. Oh, yeah, they're in the same league. 94-75 last night. Jeremy Combs hoping his team can find more consistency as his team resumes conference action tonight at home against Fort Hays Tech Northwest. Cougars had to grind a little bit to beat a pretty good Mineral Area College team, 86-79 on Saturday. Tiger men, they used to be the Mavericks, now they're black and gold, which matches Max Jones Fieldhouse in Goodland, as Cole brought us that information yesterday. They're 3-9, 2-7, coming off a 94-91 overtime win over Dodge City on Monday night. The girls play first tonight, 1-7, Barton in league play. Lady Cougars 5-9, looking to get on track here in the second semester. They'll play a winless Northwest team tonight that is coming off a 104-28 loss to Dodge City on Monday.
I think I asked Cole, have you been out to Max Jones? Surely.
Oh, yeah. Barton's played road games up there, but you go out there and it just bothered him that they would come out in red and black uniforms and red and black cheerleaders, and then you would have the whole place is black and gold.
Technically Goodland High School, or is it technically a joint?
No.
Because, yeah, the Cowboys and the Cowgirls are black and gold, so it made sense. But I didn't know they were playing in that type of facility until I went out there this fall and said, whoa, this is a 3A gymnasium?
It's nice. It's one of the roundhouse versions.
Gorgeous one.
I don't know. Is it Max Jones? I mean, let's rank the roundhouses here. You got the Beaver Dome.
No.
What do you mean no?
Isn't it just, it's round, but that's its claim to fame?
Well, what's Max Jones Fieldhouse? It's round. What is it claim to fame is what?
It's colorful, pretty, sparkling. McPherson.
It's just another roundhouse.
Eldorado.
Eldorado's. I kind of like Eldorado a little bit better than the other. It's got a little bit.
It's been a while. The last time I was in Eldorado, Chris Batten knocked off Collegiate.
Okay, one thing about a roundhouse, and I remember this from 2 years ago when I went down there to cover the Panthers at the Eldorado tournament, was you can get turned around on where you're going to go in. And when I went out, I was on the wrong side of the building. So my vehicle was on the other side. It had been raining all day, so then I was on the opposite side of the building, could not get back in, then had to walk around the backside, had to cross a stream of water that was coming down.
I have gotten okay at Gross Memorial at State Wrestling, but State Basketball in Hutch this year, raining, wrong side. Where's my car?
Yeah. Could you get back in? Cut across?
Yeah, I think if kids didn't open the door, I got in.
All right. Okay, CBS NFL analyst and former quarterback Trent Green talking about the Broncos' chances in Buffalo, saying they're as well as equipped as anyone else to go in there and get a win in Buffalo on Sunday. I think they've got a shot.
I saw a meme that they compared Denver to SMU. There was 3 things they have in common. One was they're both horses. Forget what the second was, but the third one was neither of them belong in the playoffs. So I about chimed in. I don't think they'll beat Buffalo, but I think they'd beat a lot of teams in the playoffs.
Okay, here's this. Okay, Rookie of the Year. Everybody said, well, it's Jaden Daniels. Why did Bo Nix has put up better numbers than Daniels has? Come on. All of a sudden, I'm going to put on some orange and blue here before long. I become a Broncos apologist here on the program. That game's a noon game on Sunday. Wildcard round starts on Saturday. Houston hosts the Chargers. Steelers playing at Baltimore. On Sunday, Broncos and Bills. Green Bay at Philadelphia. Tampa Bay will host Washington. And Monday night, the Vikings in Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Chiefs reporter Adam Teicher, if Kansas City had to go to Carson Wentz in case of an injury to Patrick Mahomes, he would feel better about that scenario this year than any other backup quarterback they've had in the past. Hopefully it's stuff that you talk about because you don't play for like 13 days. Hopefully we never have to worry about that scenario.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any inside information that's going to happen. But didn't the backup win a couple of years ago in the playoffs? I would say, Carson Wentz in the regular season, I'd still take the Chiefs.
Well,
but you get down to the fine competition, I don't trust it.
Okay, would you like to go in and you get a chance to play? Okay, we're going to bring in Mike Corson because we've already qualified for the playoffs, but we're going to set some of our key offensive linemen, and so we're going to have Landon Winkler as your left guard. And nothing against you, Landon. Okay, I'm just saying.
Probably get 120 rushing yards that day.
Well, he's a biter. He's a biter.
Get your ankles.
The Chiefs won't play until either Saturday the 18th or Sunday the 19th. College football semifinals start a delicious few days of college football tomorrow as the 4 teams that I really don't like that much go at it tomorrow.
That was my question.
We've got the Golden Dome plunger over here because going back to Sports Chicks days, I wonder if she's going to get her Notre Dame banner back that still's in here. When is the last time it said national champions?
Oh, was it 1903, was it?
No. What do we got in front of that? Oh, we've got a table and everything else. Okay.
Unlike what it's 1988.
Okay.
You would have thought it was last year and the year before and the year before.
That's recent. That was that's my first year being the voice of the Cougars back in the day after moving here from Pratt. That was probably 30-some years ago. Okay.
So it is a serious question because like the NFL, these guys want the publicity. The companies have all spent money to build this thing up. Have they alienated all but 4 areas because it's the same blue blood? It's not like there's a compelling story in there.
The only thing that is blue about Penn State are their school colors, and that's even off.
They're almost as bad as Notre Dame. They get Penn State.
Yeah, because they're from the Big Ten, and the Big Ten, they perform.
So speaking of Big Ten, I have turned the corner on Will Howard. I'm a fan now. I appreciate that he blew the game was it against Michigan? Probably got death threats about that. Probably almost got his coach fired. He goes back. He has to have his mom come in and kind of counsel him and spend a couple of days with him because it impacted him that much. And you think, Man, he's just basically a kid. That's ridiculous.
Can I get
No, like-
the sound of the past 24 hours here? That was James Franklin talking about KU's old offensive coordinator that they went out and stole, Andy Koltenicki, talking about what he's added to their offense, explosiveness this year. They'll take on that Notre Dame defense that has been at times dominating and wins over Indiana and Georgia. It's a defense that Irish quarterback Riley Leonard sees every day in practice, talking about the attributes of the Fighting Irish defense. We'll have tomorrow night's semifinal for you on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM starting at 6. Then we'll bring you Will Howard. Has the human flea jumped to a new host? Are you on the Ohio State bandwagon?
He's the next Rudy.
Ohio State and Texas, Friday at 6, and you go into 3 days of NFL football. It's going to be great. Okay, there was some high school basketball last night, none around here. The Hayes High game was actually canceled, but they had like an automatic post that went on the can you do automatic post on your Twitter feed? Evidently it did, because they put it out and then they had to come out and put another tweeter and said, no, they disregard that. We are going to have, there will be no basketball tonight. So Hayes did not play last night against Wichita Independent. Liberal played because they were in Woodward, Oklahoma, and the boys lost 69-47. The girls of Liberal lose 68-58. Rankings are out this week. Hayes High hasn't played, but they dropped 2 spots in the girls' rankings from 5 to 7. Great Bend stays number 10 on the boys in 5A. I'll stay with the girls. I should have done that earlier. 3A girls, how about the CKL? Number 1, Heston. Number 2, Halstead. Number 3, Haven. Ellenwood. Greg Maxwell's going to be on the show tomorrow. They're 6-0, ranked 6th this week in 2A. Hillsboro from the CKL, number 10. St. John, number 5 in 1A Division I. Central Plains, number 7 in 1A D1. And Hodgman County. You saw that team play last Saturday. They're number 6 in 1A D2. Other boys' rankings beside the Great Bend Panthers being at number 10. 3A Heston from the CKL. Haven at number 5. They've handed the Great Bend Panthers their only loss of the season. And Sterling boys remain number 2 in Class 2A behind Mound Ridge, the defending state champion. 1A D1, Central Plains number 5, Maxville number 7. They play, I believe, on Friday. 1A D2, Hodgman County number 6, Dighton number 8, and Otis Bison staying in the top 10 at number 9. Okay, there is only the Salina Invitational. Great Bend boys and girls will be heading up there in a couple of weeks. And this has traditionally been a very strong field, not as much this year. You look on the boys' side, there is only one ranked team that will be at the Salina Invitational. That is Abilene. They're number 8 in 4A. I guess there'd be 2 because I didn't count Great Bend. So Great Bend would be 10 in 5A, and Abilene number 8 in 4A. Andover girls are number 2 in 5A, and Buhler is number 9 in 4A. Those are the only 2 teams that are ranked at the Salina Invitational. The teams will include Abilene, Andover, Buhler, Great Bend, Salina South, Salina Central, or Salina Central, Salina South, Wamego, and then they split it up. Junction City girls will be there on the girls' side. Wichita South will be there on the boys. So there you go, your SIT matchups coming up here in a couple weeks. All right, there you go. Sounds the past 24 hours. Going to talk Great Bend Lady Panther basketball. Jade Winter coming up next. Cassie Elligood and Meredith Mazook all in the Mayo Money Management Studio. We'll also talk Aaron Beck, Senior Owen Kaiser, Panther football, and the voice of the Tigers, Gerard Welbrock, here on the Wednesday show on KVGB.
Jumpstart your education with Barton Online. You can pick up a class or earn an associate degree for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling. Start when it works for you. Choose from 5 sessions throughout the semester, including 16, 8, and 4-week options. Save big on the way toward your career or tackle your gen eds with our low-cost pathway. Visit online.bartoncccc.edu and enroll today.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
All right, welcome back. Sports Day here on a Wednesday. Show brought to you in part by C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison. The Animal Medical Center in Great Bend. Large or small, they take care of them all, and by the Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals. Join us in studio, head coach Jade Winter of the Great Bend Lady Panthers. They'll take on Garden City coming up on Friday. Senior Cassie Elligood is back again. I don't know if we have an award for like 7 or 8 times that you've been in here as a player. I don't know. So just give me. So what is the? Do you feel more comfortable? I mean, talk about your experience coming on Sports Day from the first time to where you're at right now.
So my first time, I remember this so vividly. It was during volleyball season, and I got asked a question, and it didn't make any sense to me.
Who asked it? Had to be my course, and I wouldn't have.
Yeah, it was,
okay, all right, very good.
It was something between like high jump and volleyball, and my mind blanked, and I just made something up, and then I got home later that night. I was like, "You are such an idiot. That is not what he was asking." And I was so stressed about it, and I got red, but it was bad. But now I feel good and comfortable about it.
Yeah, very calm veteran. And Meredith Bazook, headphones working right now?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I didn't know what was going on Friday. You looking at me and pointing and stuff, and then, oh yeah, I didn't plug her headphones in. Jade Winter, who helped take care of that whole situation, is in now as well. This is an emergency situation. All of a sudden, I've got a player that can't hear the questions. So.
Yeah, she just kept looking at me like, I can't hear anything.
I was pointing at my headphones. I was like, I don't know what he's saying.
We got it all fixed. Guys, thanks for coming in today. Was the journey pleasant coming back from Liberal on Friday?
Yeah, I think most of the girls slept on the way home. Yeah? It's almost at like a weird distance. You know, you don't want to fall asleep because then once you get back, you're like, am I going to sleep at night?
Yeah, because it was kind of earlier than normal. So what's that big bus like on the inside?
It's pretty nice.
Is it like a Madden Cruiser?
I don't know. I just wish it had heated seats.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay, came back from the long break. 26-23. About 3.5 minutes to go, and then Liberal kind of took off. I guess you kind of look at these games that you've had in this year at certain times. You get off to good starts, and then all of a sudden there's that big lull in there. Is that something? What you look back at that, and what are some things that maybe contribute to those, I guess, droughts that Lady Panthers have gone through this year, Jade?
Yeah, we look at them as a coaching staff just to see where they're happening. Majority of them are happening in between the second and third quarter. I've been trying to let the girls kind of figure it out on their own. Mm-hmm. And when it happens in the second quarter, you know, we can take halftime to kind of go over everything and kind of go back going. But in the third quarter, it starts to get a little tricky because you only have 2 quarters left. And if we start getting in the lull, late in the game, then it's really easy for the other team to pick up momentum.
What was going well, though, for the first quarter and a half? I mean, you were staying right with it. Liberal team scored a lot of points this year.
Yeah, I would just say that we were rebounding defensively. We weren't giving up very many offensive boards, and we were scoring. We were shooting the basketball. We were getting good shots. We were even getting offensive rebounds. It looked pretty good in the first half.
Yeah, well, we've continued to talk about the improvement. What's the biggest thing improvement-wise that we've seen here from game one to where we're at right now that you're pleased about? Some things that we still need to work on.
I would say definitely like our shot selection, just making sure that the shots that we do take are good shots. I was a little worried about the shot clock with that being a factor, but we didn't have a single shot clock violation the whole night, which was good on our end. Another thing that I think we do need to do better is take care of the ball, because you can't score if you don't have it in your hand.
Okay, and before we'll talk about too, and I asked Meredith about this because on Friday, but Catherine Mazook hit the shot at the end of the quarter. And do you recall, Cassie, that she called bank on that?
I know the practice before we worked on some half-court shots. So I think she was ready for it.
Okay.
I think she wanted it.
Okay, so tell me about your jump hook.
My jump hook. Okay.
Yeah, because that's starting to become a big weapon for you.
Yeah. So my sophomore year, Bill Maddie, he was like, "This is my shot. This is what I want you to work on." And so Maddie would just work with me and practice on the little hook shot. And then it just worked for me, and it became pretty natural. And so it's just something that I've held on to.
How far out do you feel comfortable with that shot right now?
I feel pretty comfortable with it. I feel good. I'm not too good with it on my left hand. But on my right hand, I feel pretty good. And if I just get further out, I turn and just kind of shoot it like a normal jumper.
Okay, coming back this year, now you've come back, and of course then you had the break and everything, but you kind of getting back into the basketball side of it.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good.
Yeah.
My mom's really, really big on basketball, so I know she was super excited for me to play again. But I know everybody on the team has done really well with keeping in shape over winter break, so that hasn't been much of a hurt for us.
Okay, Meredith, 17 points, nice game. Going out and talk about the way you're attacking the basket right now, because that's turned into a lot of chances at the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
And so is that something you've kind of done consciously, or just kind of pick that up and say, okay, well, I can take the basketball and get in there and get fouled or make a basket?
A lot of it depends on, like, who's guarding me in the game, like size comparison into me. But usually if I get most of the layups off of, like, fast breaks, if I can get down the court faster. But then if I see an opening on our offense to drive, that's always nice. If I can dish it out, or if I can finish the layup and get to the free throw line with the contact.
You seem much more comfortable. Talk about your comfortable level from the start of the season to where you're at now.
At the beginning, it was pretty nerve-wracking. I tried to not have any expectations, so, like, I was just going in and I would play the best that I could. But kind of settling in, we're, like, through the midseason, playing with the girls, it's more consistent. We've had more time in practice together, and I think we're all kind of getting into a more comfortable setting, and we're able to run our offense more and get better plays and better shots up during the game, because I think we're all in a more comfortable setting.
Okay, so cousin Catherine's grandpa lives right at caddy corner from me, and
Yes.
he makes sure to tell me that Meredith needs to shoot it more. She's a good shooter from the out. We haven't seen that part of your game as much yet. Is that something that maybe we'll start seeing now?
I'm definitely more comfortable driving the ball, and I'm able to use the backboard depending on where I am. But I'm not comfortable shooting from the outside, and I definitely want to incorporate more into games and see what I can do there in that area.
Okay, Cassie, coming up against Garden City, a team I love WAC games because no one likes each other. I don't know if that's the case it is, but Garden City, thoughts on taking on the bus for the first time on Friday night?
We just got to go in aggressive. I think that's one of our biggest things is sometimes we get a little more timid and we don't go at them as much, but we just need to be aggressive. We have a couple new plays. They don't have a super, super strong post game. So definitely, getting Shauna down there, and Shauna can just make anything happen. And then just shooting away. Like, we just got to go out and be aggressive.
Okay, looking at watching on video, what do you see from the backcourt Garden City has, Meredith?
Watching them play, they're very aggressive. They got some good defenders. But like Cass said, with their posts and things like that, I think we're going to be able to get down low and maybe hurt them there. As long as we keep our hustle up, I think we'll be okay.
Okay, feelings going into this one after that Liberal game. I mean, what's been the focus on in practice this week?
Like Cass said, like we installed a new play. We're figuring out our defense and what's going to work best for us and who's going to go where. I think I'm excited going into this Friday's game. The nerves are kind of going down, and like you said, I'm getting more comfortable. So definitely excitement, but still ready to play hard with the aggression that Cass mentioned.
Okay, Cassie, Meredith mentioned on the sophomore here, talking about the youngins. So your role as a senior on this team, what do you see it as?
I think a lot of it is to push people outside their comfort zones. Being an underclassman, like, it's just hard to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get kind of scared to make a mistake, and I think that's a big thing that us seniors have kind of got at. Like, we got to pull people out of their comfort zones. We got to get people ready to go, and, like, we got to be leaders. You know, you got to be like, hey, we got to hustle. We got to go. And even if people don't want to hear it, and even if sometimes it's not the nicest, you got to say things that people don't want to say.
Exactly. You're the senior. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we're supposed to do. What do you want to get out of your senior season, Cassie?
I just want to know that I came in and I did what I could and I put in the work for the team, and I just want to know that I didn't leave anything behind.
I don't think anyone can say that. Keep up the good work. Jade, what are your thoughts on Garden City? I guess we've got a different coach right now that's on the sideline that's running things for him. Thoughts on taking on Garden City on Friday?
Yeah, they're really active because most of them are guards. Even their post player doesn't like to be a post. She wants to be a guard.
Pull the ball outside. Yeah, sure.
So I think if we are more aggressive than them and we can get it inside, we'll be successful.
Okay, what do you want to see from your team?
I want to see them get a lot of deflections, get a lot of layups. That's one thing we haven't really done much this year, is a lot of pick sixes is what I call them. We've got steals, we've got deflections, we just need to turn them into points.
Guys, appreciate you coming in today. Good luck on Friday, and go get one against those Buffs, okay?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to talk Great Bend Panther football. Aaron Beck is in, and the latest Shrine Bowler from Great Bend High School, Owen Kaiser. That's all next here on Sports Day.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
CNE Doors, this is Cindy.
Me, Mom. I passed my math test.
Great job, Hadley. I knew counting all those parts in our huge inventory would help out.
Don't forget about the springs.
That's right. We have the most in stock springs of anyone in western Kansas.
Well, I don't know if our inventory is making me smarter or just giving me a headache.
Garage doors, service, and repairs at C&D Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars. 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Cornell's here, Animal Medical Center, and today we want to give a shout out to all the supporting cast at these basketball games. We have some great young men and young women on the court, men and women playing their instruments, cheering, dancing, all those things. Let's clap for them. When they perform and get done, let's show them a round of applause, show them some love as well, because they deserve it. Dr. Nell's here, Animal Medical Center, large or small, we take care of them all.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day brought to you in part by the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, featuring number 2 clear diesel, bulk fuel, E10, fuel delivery, and all your lubricants and fuel supplies. Equity Bank, here when you need them. Bank local, save big with in-person banking and business banking. Visit equitybank.com for more information. Joining us in studio, the Mayo Money Management Studios right now, Great Bend Panther football coach Aaron Beck, and the latest Shrine Bowler, Owen Kaiser. How's that sound, Owen?
Sounds pretty good.
Is that something that you were, okay, going into the season, you're working for the summer, is that something that even crosses your mind? Boy, it'd be really cool if I could make the Kansas Shrine Bowl game.
Yeah, it was definitely a goal of mine for a really long time, and when Coach Beck nominated me for it, it finally came to reality almost.
So how did you get the message? I mean, Aaron, did you go in and kind of have him come down, to the office? Owen Kaiser, please report to the office, and that make him sweat it a little bit before he's going down there. But how do you let him know?
Well, so it's kind of a unique process. They obviously have the media selections, and then the coaches all sit down and build their roster. And I've known a lot of the coaches that are on that staff, and had got some messages from them asking me about him and different things. So I kind of knew they were obviously very interested in him. And then the day before the selection, so what would that have been on New Year's Eve, I got a call from Coach Dingle, Wichita Heights, who's the head coach, and said that Owen made it, and it's obviously was they needed to keep it under wraps before it got released. But I was able to call Owen, and I shot him a message, and he wasn't with his parents at the time, and said, "Hey, when you get a chance and you're back around your dad, can you guys call me?" And he was probably sweating, going, "What did I do?"
Yeah, that's good. That's what you want to do. You want to put a little tension in there.
Yep. So I did. I put a little tension on it and waited till Mom and Dad were around and got him on speakerphone. And you could tell he was a little speechless just because it was pretty special honor for him.
Was that pretty cool doing it that way? Oh.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea of it, but it was kind of up for grabs, and I was really sweating almost.
Joy of coaching. That's got to be one of those joy of coaching moments for you, Coach.
Yeah, it really is, and that's the cool thing about it. It's obviously it's just so special for Owen. It'll be such a cool opportunity for him. I was part of that game back in 2020, and it's just one of those things that you remember those experiences for a long time, and he'll be able to experience a lot more. Ours was right in the middle of COVID, so they kind of had us locked down and didn't get to do a lot of the stuff that he will get to do. And hear some of the testimonies from some of those kids that have been through stuff and how much the Shriners have helped. So I think it's an opportunity for Owen to grow as a man, and just it'll be so good for him to hear this stuff and then to meet all these kids and play with some of the best ones across the state. To get coached by all different head coaches from all different levels will be something that he'll remember forever. And then it's a great honor for our school, for our entire team and our program and community to have a kid that is represented in that game, and we're looking forward to watching him.
Why is Owen Kaiser a Shrine Bowler, Aaron?
Well, because he's a dang good football player, and that's the first thing, and then it's got to be all the other things. Is he a good leader? Is he someone that has put in the work? And I've said this about Owen a lot, that he is probably, if not the number one, he's right up there as the most improved kids I've ever coached from his freshman year to his senior year, and really helped anchor our offensive line. And offensive linemen are hard to find, especially 6'3", 275 pounders. So that also helps. But it's such an honor for him and for us. So we're very proud of him.
How's that make you feel hearing your head coach 4 years talk about you like that, Owen?
It feels pretty good, honestly. Just that the hard work's finally paying off and dreams are coming to reality.
So, starting your freshman year, you talked about that improvement. Tell me about how that happened. I know hard work is one, but other things that went into making you a Kansas Shrine Bowler.
Just work really when nobody can really see you. Going to the gym every day and all that stuff. Just taking my chance when I get it and don't look back from it.
Technique-wise, what did you improve on the most in your senior season, in your opinion?
I think I improved a lot more on my run game blocking, more than anything. Able to reach the ends and all that stuff. My footwork, I think I got a lot better.
Okay, did we ever come up with deciding that you did like the pancake or the flapjack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I really like that too. That goes back to the first show, Coach. That's back
I
when I was
know.
wearing my blue T-shirt. So I mean, that's
That's right. And along those lines, I think one of the biggest thing was his like physicality at the point of contact. You know, when you go back and watch his highlight film, that was the thing that I noticed the most is how much he finished blocks. That I probably didn't see as much from him. You know, like we talked about as a freshman, sophomore. He laid some kids out, and that is nice to see. And then also just when we lost Brody, we got really thin on the D line, and he basically had to play the entire game. So then that's that toughness side of it that you don't always see on film when you just turn on the highlights because you don't know. But as coaches, we know how many snaps he did take, and that's impressive at his position, especially for his size. So that was another thing that I really think stood out with Owen.
watching what the Panthers, what you guys do with you ask them to do a lot. I mean, you just can't be some bulldozer in there. They've got to have good feet. I mean, sometimes the angle doesn't look there, and all of a sudden they're there, or they smash them from the back and put them in the turf or whatever. But you ask your linemen to do a lot.
Yeah, they are, because we not only run a zone scheme where he does have to reach and he has to work in unity with the guard, but also a lot of our gap stuff where we're asking him to pull on counter, or we're asking him to to run a tackle upfield on a screen game, or go out and get a corner on a speed screen. So there is a lot of different things, and obviously sprint outs and drop back protection with Dax. I mean, tackles are very important in our offense, and he did a good job at it.
Okay, Owen, Aaron Clark was a former host of the show, and it was pretty cool because he brought his Shrine Bowl helmet in. I don't know, did you know that he took that? I don't know if you got the fact that he had it in here for a while with all the stickers on it. Is there one sticker of the school that you would not put on your Panther helmet?
Like high school?
Yeah.
Probably Hayes.
Okay, all right. So we will not. Okay, I like that. We just want to make sure that we don't see that prominently on there. What are some things that excite you now? Because it's still, a time off. But I mean, some things been going through your mind that leading up to this. What are you excited about?
Obviously, the football part's going to be really fun, but building the relationship with the kids and like what the Shriners really do, going and seeing all the things that they do for all the kids, and I think that's going to be the best part.
Do they still do the trip to the Shriners Hospital then?
Yeah.
I don't know if they go to St. Louis. I think they've started bringing the kids in. They used to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll bring them in and do different things. I think he's got a banquet here already in late February.
Yeah.
He goes to Russell, and along those lines, the Shriners do such a good job of trying to raise money for the hospital, and I believe Owen kind of has some responsibility with that to try to help some. So if there's any businesses or anybody out there listening that want to help donate to the Shriners Hospital and in honor of Owen here, they can reach out to the high school and get in contact with me, and I can set them up with a QR code that helps raise money for Owen. So that's something he'll also be tasked with.
Is there anybody you look at that West roster right now that you say that's going to be pretty cool? I get to play with them.
Definitely the Cure kid will be definitely fun to play with him, and just probably everybody really just to
see who's got the tight end. Is that what you're saying?
No, not really. But it'll just be cool to be around everybody and see how everybody else works and all that stuff.
Okay, so if someone wants to help Owen's effort to help the Shriner, the kids,
correct,
they can just reach out to you. Aaron.
Reach out to me through the high school, and I will help get in contact. There's a QR code I can help hook them up with.
Owen, it is such a great honor to be part of that. I know that you feel truly blessed. And what are your plans for next year after you're an ex-Panther?
I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's probably, I'm not anywhere close to a decision yet. I'm still kind of waiting around for baseball season.
Okay, so is that something you want to do? I mean, play college football?
Yeah, I'm definitely really thinking hard about it, but baseball's always been really my number one, so I'm just kind of sitting around waiting, see if anything comes for that.
That's awesome. I would hold out for a red Corvette. I wouldn't go for anything less. So okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and congratulations. That's awesome. Aaron, thanks for making this work and everything you do for Great Bend High School athletes. It's really cool. And thanks for being on Sports Day again.
I appreciate it.
Okay, Aaron Beck, Owen Kaiser with us here on the program. This time we're going to talk about Fort Hays State coming up. Gerard Welbrock next here on the show.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Take your passion for creating magic behind the curtain to new levels with Barton Community College's Technical Theater program. This new program is designed for students to learn how to create breathtaking light shows, run a state-of-the-art soundboard, and build captivating sets. Unleash your creativity and earn an associate's degree to build the skills you need for a career in theater. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at techtheater.bartoncccc.edu.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no-obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Some people call him Gerard. Most people just call him Grr. It's time for Tiger Talk on Sports Day with the voice of the Fort Hays State Tigers. Here's Gerard Welbrock.
Gerard Welbrock back on the radio here on Sports Day, our 2-week holiday break, and then we had other things going on. Anyway, how are you doing, Gerard?
I'm good. Good to be back.
Well, so I was thinking about, I was down in Liberal on Friday, and of course Brock Kappelman and me started talking. I said, well, what's Tracy Utes doing? And I know people don't know who Tracy Utes is, but it goes back a ways. Because Brock Kappelman has done this for all these years, and I remember, I did Great Bend, I did Hays High, TMP, and Fort Hays State for like 2 years, and then it killed me. So then, is that when you came on?
That is.
That was like 2001. No, that was like 1990.
No, it was 1992.
Okay.
The 92-93 season was when I came aboard.
And Brock Kappelman's been doing that for, good Lord.
Forever, yeah.
I bow down to him every time.
He's like the mayor and everything of Liberal, I think, now.
Well, and it works great. His wife's a principal down there now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's good, dude.
He's good.
He is awesome. But then I was just thinking, gosh, that's when you came on at KYS. Talking about the Volga German accent and the cassette tape you had that you made when you were like 10 years old in Victoria. And I think it was Victoria, that was the way you pronounce it. But
how did you even get on this topic?
I don't know. There's a lot of things, but that play-by-play tape of yours, like 10 years old, was very Volgesque.
Oh, it was awful. I mean, that's when I was a kid. I was trying to do. Yeah, I was imitating being on the radio. Yeah, I do remember my sister sent you a copy of that before I got married.
Oh, that's
still point of contention. Yeah, I have worked hard to try to get rid of that. Yes, yeah.
Dots of vinegar. Dots of vinegar, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the tars in the crotch.
No, my crotch is on fire. That was the legendary 911 call. All right, Gur. Fort Hays State Lady Tigers dropped their first game of the season. First game of 2025. I guess that's the second game of 2025, following the Missouri Western, but still ranked 7th in the country. Talk about the season that the Lady Tigers are having now.
No, we're having a great season. This is one of those games. They got beat. Probably didn't maybe play their best. And Western's a good team. All their losses are to good teams, and they're going to be in the hunt. They're undefeated in the conference, so that's not a bad loss. It's got at the end of the year, it's going to be not going to hurt them at all, and they're going to win a lot of games. And they get a chance to play them again here a week from tomorrow, is the way the schedule is. So they'll get a chance to maybe get a little revenge. Tigers probably didn't play as well defensively as they had been. I think this team defensively has been very good, and I think Fort Hays has had some good defensive teams the last couple of years, but this group has really been good, and I thought maybe they had a little bit of slippage on that side of the floor against Western. They hit some big shots. Tigers, still have a chance. Missed 4 free throws in the last couple of minutes of the game. You hit 1 or 2 of those, you win the game, but that's the way it goes. Always tough on the road, but I think they'll bounce back. They'll, get Emporia tomorrow. That'll be a good challenge, and then, you get Western again a week later. But you got Hollenbeck inside, 6'3". She's having, she's been all conference. She's having a first-team all-conference year, player of the year type season. Katie was Wagner, now DeGarmo, got married in the offseason, playing great. And then I think the point guard play has gotten better. Brooke Levy now is the point guard. It's her show, and she had a few too many turnovers in that Western game. That kind of led to the loss as well. But she's outstanding. So I think it's a really good group. They're fun to watch, and they're going to be right there in the mix for the MIAA title. I don't think there's any question about that.
Okay, 13 games in is kind of an unfair question, but that's what I like to ask you, Gerard. So what's the ceiling, and where can this women's team go in the annals of great teams in Fort Hays State history?
I think they can get where they haven't been yet, and have been close. And I think they've had teams that certainly were Elite 8 quality, just didn't get there. 2 of them by injury, and 1 just bad luck. Lost a tough one at home to Missouri Western, and I'll say that too. Western's had Fort Hays State's number. That's the one team Fort Hays State has struggled to beat here in the last 3 or 4 years. But I think they've got all the components to do what all those other teams did. I think they should be in the hunt to host a regional. They have 1 loss right now. There'll be others. They're going to have to keep winning and win at a high rate, but they'll have a chance to host, which maybe they don't want to, because they've made the regional finals 3 times. All have been at home, and they've lost all 3. But I think this team has all the pieces to get to that level and, hopefully get to an Elite 8, something this program has not been able to do. I think I thought Tony Hobson had 2 legitimate national championship teams, and they got derailed by injury. And that's, you got to stay healthy. And, that's the one thing that can derail all of that. But they should have a chance. I think they should have a chance. They've got all the pieces to go that far.
All right, Mark Johnson's Tiger men are 9-4 overall. Did they complete that game ever at St. Joe?
They completed it.
Okay, it was a 47-44 loss by the Tigers.
Yes, it was. It was just, that was one of those. I thought maybe first to 40 would win. It almost felt that way, and it felt bad. They played so hard in battle. And we were talking about that on the coaches show today, because they beat number 22 MSU Denver, beat Regis at home before the break by significant margins, double digits. And you said you can just tell the difference. The defense in the MIAA is everybody defends differently. It's hard. And Fort Hays State's struggling to finish at the rim, and they have to rely on perimeter shooting. And when they've shot the ball well, they've had great success, and they didn't shoot it particularly well on this road trip. They had enough to get by Missouri or Northwest Missouri, but Western's good, and I thought that Western played really well, and they were dug in, and they have a tough, grueling road stretch through the Griffins starting tonight, and I think they knew they had to win that game, or they're going to be in a world of hurt as far as the conference race goes. So I thought Fort Hays State probably got their best effort. So. And they're beat up. Tigers are beat up. They've got guys. They're playing, but they've had back issues, and they're not what they were. And it is what it is. Got to grind through it. But that second day of those Thursday, Saturdays has been a struggle just because of the injuries.
Gerard Wellbrock, voice of the Fort Hays State Tigers. I've got one more question for you.
Yes.
Are people in Hays jealous of your tan that you have? How was Hawaii?
It was fun. I got a little sun, but I didn't. I was smart. I had to work, so I didn't get as much sun as others. And then the other day we were gonna snorkel. There was a high surf warning because of some storms in the northern Pacific. So didn't get to do anything, but it was really fun. And as I got a text shoveling my driveway on Sunday about, wow, Hawaii 2 weeks ago, now this, and I said, yeah, give me Hawaii. I don't think they have snow shovels there, but it was fun. It was a cool trip, and Tigers got 2 wins, so yeah, it was a cool experience.
Okay, did you go to North Shore?
No, we were on Hawaii, so we were at Hilo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were on the big. Yeah. Okay, good guys.
Yeah, and then we missed the volcano eruption. We get back, and then I see on Monday, like, oh, guess what just erupted? We were just there, so that'd have been cool. But and then we went over to Kona on the other side of the island, so that's a more touristy and resorty. So we got to see it all. It was fun to be there. I'd like to go back on a different island sometime, but that was cool. And the Volcanoes National Park was really I love that stuff. So that was really neat.
Okay, I took a hit with my ESOP.
There you go, but I had fun. You know that. You can rest assured I enjoyed myself. And I got to wear shorts in December.
You're the man. Gerard Wellbrock with us here on Sports Day. He'll join us next Wednesday to talk more Tiger athletics.
Senior Doors, this is Hadley.
Hadley, what are we going to do today?
You have to work at Senior Doors. What if there's another power outage?
You're right, Hadley. People rely on us to be able to get into their houses and businesses. That is why we sell electric operators with battery backups and have been serving the community longer than anyone.
Does that mean you're getting old, Papa?
Not old, experienced.
Garage door service and repair at C&E Doors in Great Bend and Hayes.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Okay, all right. Welcome back to Sports Day here. Yeah, the big finish. Heisman Trophy runner-up Ashton Jeanty has announced he's leaving Boise State to enter the NFL Draft. Rushed for 2,600 yards this season, the second highest total in major college football history. Miami Dolphins don't appear to have any immediate plans to trade Tyreek Hill. General Manager Chris Greer and Coach Mike McDaniel both had conversations with Tyreek on Monday. Vegas Raiders fired Antonio Pierce after just one season as their full-time head coach. And Justin Verlander and the San Francisco Giants have agreed to a $15 million one-year contract. So he's going to San Francisco, good place for pitchers to pitch in. I really don't care because he's not on the Iuka Hustlers fantasy baseball roster. All right, tomorrow we'll talk Panther basketball. Kyle Cree will be in. And with only 5 seconds left, I can't remember who else. It's going to be a great show. Join us then here on Sports Day.